Hello, my name is Rusty Ray. I'm chair of the Parish Council here at St. Joe's for 2023 and 2024, and I'm joined today by our Director of Charity and Justice, Denise Walsh. And Denise, so much of your work and so much of your heart is in Guatemala and working on behalf of our parish. There's a lot going on there right now, and you wanted to talk to us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, there's kind of a serious situation right now. There's some political unrest, and what's happening is it's kind of creating this domino effect where the elected president is not being recognized by the former government. And so it's creating some protests in the streets and highways and things like that. And it's just created this situation for the people that we work with in the garbage dump.
Yeah, larger issues there have gotten all the way down to that level. It may be hard for some people to understand how that's possible, but these things have these huge ramifications. These things have these huge impacts, right. And even those who may be considered in some regards the lowest of the order in the city or whatnot are still feeling that.
Well, if you've blocked off all the entryways to the city, that also means that any garbage trucks that are trying to get to the garbage dump, which is where our people work, they scavenge and they recycle things like plastic and metal and glass bottles. And so not only can they not scavenge anything or recycle anything, but they can't sell any of those things because none of the trucks can get out of the city as well.
I know that water and access to clean water or water supply is also an important issue there. Is that being affected by this as well?
Yeah, both the protesters and the Army, for reasons unknown, have shut off the city's water off and on. And so it's just very unreliable. So for days, people will go without water. And we were trying to respond to the crisis of no employment by producing more meals for the kids, the Feed My Starving Children meals. However, we can't cook those meals without water. So what's happened is the families are sacrificing their own stores of water so that we can feed the large amounts of kids, and which is really generous, but it puts those families in danger. So we're really kind of stuck without water.
So what can be done? What are there some solutions already identified, or ways that things can be helped from this end that have already been identified that you're already working on, or that you hope to be able to work on?
Yeah, we've had some meetings with Feed My Starving Children, and we're trying to collaborate together. And we've come up with a few things that we think might kind of alleviate the situation for those people. So one of the things is we're hoping to buy some water and have it shipped to the Believe Guatemala Center in these big barrels. And that way people could, in the community, they could come and they could bring some buckets, they could fill those up. But also we could cook and serve the Feed My Starving Children food for the entire community.
So St. Joseph of the Lakes always involved in Guatemala, always involved here and elsewhere with Feed My Starving Children. What can we do at St. Joe's to help with these goals you just laid out?
Well, one of the things that we can do is help just pray for these people. They're just in a tough situation, and I can tell you firsthand that these parents are really worried for their children, and to go days without the security of food or water, that's a scary thing for parents. So if you could pray for the people there, that's number one. Number two would be if you can spare any funds, we would greatly appreciate that. I think we're going to do a second collection today, and all of that will help us. Also, we want to supply them with 4 food items. One is beans, one is eggs, one is oil, and the other is it's a drink called Incaparina, which is a drink that we use for malnutrition. So if we can give each of the 250 households a few items to get them through this crisis. And if we can supply them with some water, I think that we can get through this, you know?
So some prayer and this continued support. Again, this has been such a part of the St. Joe's community for so very long through your work and the work of many others. Already a perilous situation for those folks, even more dire right now, but there's ways forward.
Yeah. The other thing I forgot to mention was Feed My Starving Children is fast-tracking some of the crafts that the women are making. So we should also be able to have access to some of those, the bracelets, the hand-sewn items and things like that. So those you'll see in our fair trade and also at the Feed My Starving Children marketplace. So it's a way of, it's really the only way right now to supply those women with an income.
Okay. Well, Denise, thank you for sharing those things with us. Very, very important that they get the help that they need.
Yeah, and the people there, they just really wanted me to share their gratitude for all the past support and continued support. They really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.